Hey folks, this is Kalani. We're back with more raid testing for the Sepulcher of the First One's raid, and this time we'll be taking a look at Artificer Xy'mox. The boss's first ability is Hyperlight Spark Nova. This bounces between every member in the raid, dealing damage and applying a debuff to everyone within 2 yards, so your raid needs to spread out quickly. You'll also use interdimensional wormholes. Yep, it's the same ability from Castle Nathria. He marks 2 players, and after a short delay they drop 2 ends of a portal or wormhole. You can enter one side of the wormhole to jump through to the other. This will be very important for the next ability, Forerunner Rings. That big artifact in the middle of the room will create a huge ring. The ring can start in the middle and expand outwards, or start at the outside and collapse inwards. You do seem to be able to blink over the ring if you time it well enough, and even Warlock gateways will actually get you across without killing you, so there will be a lot of options for dealing with this outside of the wormholes. The intended strategy here though is obviously place one end of the wormhole in the middle of the room and the other end at the outside of the room, so you can hop back and forth across the ring, because if you ever get hit by the ring you are guaranteed to die. So you want to use the wormholes to jump across the lethal ring no matter where it's coming from. There is a tank debuff to watch out for as well, Glyph of Relocation. This deals damage over time to the tank, but when it expires it will explode for raid-wide AoE damage and pull every raid member to the tank. The damage is reduced the further away you are, so the tank needs to run away from the group, but the pull-in can be very nasty. Between having to spread out and positioning for the wormhole, the pull-in can put you in some really bad positions. When the boss gets down to 80%, 50% and 20% health, they jump into the middle of the room, become immune to damage, and channel a raid-wide AoE, and then summon some adds. There are 2 main add types. Hyperlight Acolytes need to be tanked and they cast a huge cone AoE in front of them, so point that away from the raid, and then these adds need to die very quickly. If they ever reach 100 energy they will ascend into Archons, which also completely heals the add. Archons deal pulsing AoE damage and wipe your raid very quickly, so they need to die before they can finish this ascension cast. The other adds are Debilitators. They channel a nasty spell into random raid members that deals a lot of damage, so they need to be interrupted and grouped up to be AoE down. When you killed all of the adds, the boss stops his raid-wide AoE and you can start phase 1 again. And that's pretty much the entire fight. You go back and forth between engaging the boss and then dealing with his adds. The only thing that seems to change is the Forerunner Rings. They start in the middle and expand outwards, and then in the next phase they always seem to start on the outside and collapse inwards, but after that they can change and the rings start coming in groups, so it's going to get harder and harder to dodge. The heroic only ability on this fight is Stasis Traps, another familiar ability for anyone who did this boss in Castle Nathria. The boss plops down a few traps near the raid and they arm after 2 seconds. If anyone steps on a trap they get stunned and take constant damage over time, so you have to kill the trap to break them out. The difference with these traps however is that they never disappear. Even if you clear them with an immunity, the traps stay throughout the entire fight and they re-arm after they are triggered, so you'll have to purposefully bait these traps and rotate around the room as a raid to make sure you don't run out of space. With all of the movement required to dodge other abilities, bad trap placements will significantly hinder your overall progress. I think this is going to be a fun fight overall. I like that the wormholes have more uses than just creating distance quickly, and crossing over the Forerunner Rings will be the hardest part of the fight. As long as the boss doesn't run away this time, I'll be very happy. But that's the Artificer Xy'mox fight in the Sepulcher of the First One's raid. What do you think from what you've seen so far? How do you feel about fighting the same chap with very similar abilities? Leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. A big thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and to everyone who subscribed on Twitch. You can see the names floating by on screen. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss another video. Thanks for watching folks, good luck and have fun, and as always I will see you next time.